All right, ladies and gentlemen, they do it. Do you believe it? The Dallas Mavericks finally do it. They finally beat a good team, a playoff team. Granted, it was the second night of back-to-back on the road for the Nuggets. No Will Barton, no Michael Porter Jr., obviously, no Jamal Murray, obviously. But still, a good game for the Mavs. I love what I saw, especially after that second quarter. The first quarter was great, man. I was feeling really good about the team. We put up 35 points in the first quarter. This is a Nuggets team that averages, defensively, the Nuggets give up less than 100 points per game so far this season. They're one of the best defenses in the league. And the Mavs came out in the first quarter just guns a-blazing. In the second quarter was a stink fest. And the way this season has trended so far for the Mavs, right? They go into halftime down 9. Just a horrible second quarter. Luka got teed up at the end of the half. So the Nuggets are about to shoot a free throw to start the second half, right? They can go up 10. It didn't feel good. My chat wanted me to put them in the danger zone. I didn't do it. Something inside of me said, don't put them in the danger zone yet. Give them a chance to crawl their way out of this. And they did with a really good third quarter and just a phenomenal fourth quarter, man. Just a great fourth quarter from the Mavs. They just put this game away. I loved everything that I saw. Luka was on the bench. Obviously, we're going to talk about Luka here in a second because there's something a little bit scary. But Luka was on the bench, and the Mavs just pushed the pace. That's one thing the Mavs do, the bench does, that the team can't really do when Luka's out there, is they run. They got a bunch of transitions, threes. In fact, to start that fourth quarter, there were some huge, just really, really big shots. Here's a Dorian Finney-Smith 3 in transition here to start. This wasn't really in transition. This was actually a bad possession here. And Dorian Finney-Smith is starting to hit his shots, which is really good. Then you had this Reggie 3 in transition, just pulling up. Really need to see these start going. Reggie Bullock, I think he's shooting around 30%, 32% from 3 so far to start the season. He really needs to start hitting his shots. Him hitting that was really good. He had a pretty decent second half. And Tim Hardaway Jr. was just phenomenal in the second half of this game. He either had 3 or 6 points at halftime. I don't really remember. Here he is hitting a 3 right here. We're going to look at more Tim Hardaway Jr. highlights here in a second. But hold on. He had, I think, either 3 or 6 points at halftime. I don't remember which one. And he finishes with 19 on 8 of 14 shooting. 2 of 6 from 3. So didn't shoot the 3 ball that efficiently, but still impacted the game. This is what I was saying a lot last year. That Tim Hardaway Jr., he's just getting so much better. Right, last year he showed so much improvement of scoring off the dribble, doing a bunch of different things other than shooting the 3 ball. But he played really, really good. Here's this tough and one over Bones Highland. I really like Bones Highland, by the way. Just a tough and one from Tim Hardaway Jr. And when Tim Hardaway Jr. is hype, when he's yelling and screaming, it just gets you going. He brings the energy when he's yelling and screaming after a play. It looks better than anyone else on the Mavs by far. It really, really does. Here he is with a dunk right here in transition. Really nice job by Brunson. Finding him up the court. This kind of felt like the end of the game right here. Once the Mavs got this, the Nuggets had to take a timeout. A 9-point game with 4:30 left. That really kind of felt like the end of the game. Jokic was doing Jokic things. He had 35 points tonight. You can only hope to contain him. I mean, this was pretty good defense here by KP, but I'm working on a theory right now. I'm working on my theory that Jokic really might be the best player in basketball. The way that he impacts the game. You're not getting that from literally any other player. What Jokic brings to the table, you're just not getting it from any other player around the league. Truthfully, a unicorn. What Jokic does out there, his passing, his touch, his scoring. I mean, look at this. Luka got embarrassed right here. And what makes it even more embarrassing, just the play before this, on the other end, Luka had Jokic matched up on him, and instead of driving, which when Luka gets the bigs on him, you want him to drive past him, but he just hasn't really done it so far this year. He settled for a deep 3 and missed. But fortunately, later in the game, you had Luka did hit this nice little one-legged fade over Jokic. Pretty stuff. Future teammate on future teammate. That's right. I'm manifesting it. Future teammate. In Dallas, by the way. In Dallas. Future teammate stuff right here. But I do want to show this crazy-ass pass from Jokic. Just look at this. All right. So here's when Jokic decides he's going to pass this. Pretty decent defense from Frank. Okay, look. Right here. This is when Jokic shows a pass. Look at where Frank is and where Bones is. This has to be an absolutely perfect pass to get through. Look at that. I mean, Frank is playing really good defense on Bones right here. And somehow that just perfectly gets there. I mean, the passes he throws, they're really magical. It's absolutely magical what he brings to the table. Speaking of unicorn, KP, once again, played fantastic. Once again, is KP really back? Is KP really back? We saw this KP-Luka connection yet again, too. Look at this over-the-head pass. Luka tried one of these earlier in the games. It resulted in a backcourt violation. But whenever they go, it's nice. And then you had this at the end of the game. KP finding Luka on a little give and go. Look at this. Beautiful. Gets a goaltend from Aaron Gordon. You love to see that. You absolutely love to see that. And then here's Tim Hardaway Jr. with a dagger 3 in the corner. Basketball gods in the Mavs' favor in the second half of this game, letting that rim in. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Now here is the concern, right? Here's what everyone's talking about. The big concern. Austin Rivers rolling up. on Luka Doncic's ankle here at the end of the game. It honestly looked rough. Luka had to limp to the bench. The game was over at this point. So now the questions, of course, are going to be how severe is this and whether or not Luka is going to have to miss any time. We're hoping best case scenario. Honestly, doesn't look very good. And Luka's sort of had, ankle issues in the past. I saw a bunch of, people on Mavs Twitter mad at Austin Rivers saying, fuck Austin Rivers. Yeah, I don't, this was clearly not intentional. I mean, clearly unintentional stuff right there. Just unfortunate. Luka has very bad luck when it comes to ankles. Just very, very unfortunate, but definitely nothing intentional there from Austin Rivers. Nothing intentional right there. So I'm very happy with the way the Mavs played. I know second half of back-to-back for the Nuggets. No, they're dealing with a bunch of injuries, right? Bol was getting a lot of minutes, and I really thought for a second Bol Bol was going to do us in. He had that, he scored all these 7 points like a 1 minute and 30-second stretch. And I was like, dude, here we fucking go, man. Bol is going to have a career game against us. It's going to be the reason why he's still in the league because everyone's going to remember this game he had against the Mavericks. But fortunately, he really barely played after this. I mean, here he is taking KP dribble and one. Here he is dunking. Here he is blocking Frank. Right, pretty aggressive drive here from Frank. I honestly really like this drive, going aggressively. Bol just blocks him, just way too long. And then this is on the other end, right after the block, running the floor. You got to reward your big man when he plays defense, even though I guess Bol's a wing. I really thought when this was going down, I was like, dude. Why the fuck would Jokic come to the shit-stained Mavs? Because I manifested it. That's why, okay? It's 35 for Jokic, 16 boards, 6 assists, 3 turnovers. 15-26 shooting. I mean, the guy is literally incredible to watch. He really is. He's so unbelievably good. And the Mavericks win despite him going off for 35. Luka at 23, 9 of 23 shooting. Not very efficient shooting the ball, but 11 assists, 4 turnovers. We'll take that. We will take that. 8 rebounds, 2 steals. During the stream, I was like, low key, where is Luka on the steal leaders board? Just because it kind of felt like Luka gets 2 steals a game, and if you average 2 steals a game, then you're going to be towards the top of the list. And somebody reminded me that he's 44th. In the league in steals, so nowhere close. 29 for KP on 11 of 20 shooting, 5 of 8 from deep. He has been really, really good. 5 offensive rebounds too, 5 offensive boards. He's been very, very good since coming back from injury. And I hope it's something that we can rely on moving forward. That would be huge. I mean, obviously, if KP plays like this consistently, right, and Brunson's kind of taking a step forward because he was very good tonight too. 17 points, 8 of 12 shooting. As you can see, 6 assists as well. That's the thing for Brunson. We've all kind of wanted to see. We know he's pretty good at generating his own offense, but it's passing. If he can start, upping his playmaking game, then that unlocks a whole nother level to his game. If Brunson's taking a step forward, KP's playing consistently, Luka's going to figure it out. Obviously, he's been playing better as of late. He was honestly okay tonight. Shooting wasn't there, but his playmaking was really good. The Mavs are going to be a dangerous team, admittedly, but that's a lot of ifs. I just hope it all comes true. 18 minutes for Dwight Powell. His minutes have been dwindling. Love to see it. The Mavs are running with KP at the 5 pretty much majority of the second half, which is good. I know KP doesn't want to play the 5, but that's just where he's best at. Here's a stat that was sent to me tonight. Only 13 possessions. Keep that in mind. I'm sure that number's going to go up because I'm pretty sure this was the closing lineup for the Mavs tonight. This second one down here. 13 possessions. Doncic, Jalen, Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Porzingis. Porzingis playing the 5s. The Mavs have a 169 offensive rating. And with Luka, Jalen, Tim Hardaway Jr., Reggie Bullock, and KP, they're averaging 158 points per 100 possessions. So that's obviously, record-breaking shit. Obviously, 13 possessions, 12 possessions. That is just a minuscule sample size. But it's just the reality. The eye test shows it as well that when KP's our center, it's the best for offense. Defensively, maybe it's a little bit sketchy, but offensively, the offense is at its best when KP is running the center, the 5. This is the story of the night. Obviously, it sucks that this is the story of the night because the Mavs really played well. I mean, that fourth quarter was a thing of beauty, man. Watching this team close out that game just feels really, really good the way this team has looked against contending teams so far this season. And I do believe that, when the Nuggets get Jamal Murray back and Michael Porter Jr. back, and assuming Michael Porter Jr. doesn't have his head up his ass like he's had so far to start the season, they're going to be a very, very good team, a championship contending team. I do 100% believe that. So, the Mavs beating them and looking like they did in the second half. It sucks that this is the story of the night. Just hope that it's nothing too serious from Luka, and even if he does have to miss time, it's nothing too serious. This is a very tough stretch for the Mavs. I think they said on the broadcast that the Mavs have the hardest schedule in the NBA over the next month or so. So winning this game is huge. It only gets harder from here. We play the Suns twice. I know that. We play the Clippers twice. Obviously, there's that rival. Mavs fans say there's a rivalry right there. I'm gonna be real with you, man. It's a one-way rivalry right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. From the Clippers' perspective, they beat us twice in the playoffs. They don't give a shit. It's a rivalry for the Mavs fans. The Mavs need to beat them in the playoffs or something for it to be a real rivalry. But 2 games upcoming against the Suns, who are currently on an 8-game winning streak. They're playing right now against the Timberwolves. I know that game was close. They're up 3 with 19 seconds left. So they might lose tonight. I don't know. But they've been playing really, really good as of late. Both of those games will be in Phoenix Wednesday and Friday night. Both those games on ESPN. Ugh, Mavs did not look good on national TV. But this game tonight was on NBA TV. And then the Clippers twice. Wizards, who have been great. Cavs, who have been great. So it's a pretty tough schedule to close out the month of November. Let's see how the team responds. I will be going live on Wednesday night at 8:45 p.m. Central Time. Goddamn late game. That sucks. That absolutely sucks. I will see you guys there. Thank you guys for watching the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Mavs win. Mavs finally beat a good team. Goodbye.